So how do you go about letting your boss know or letting your company know that you want to be promoted? Hopefully you saw my video on Monday, and if not, go back and check it out. There's some tips on how to let your company know when you want to be promoted. For today's One and Done Wednesday, I wanted to talk a little bit about a story for me about letting my company know when I wanted to be promoted. Now, this was very early in my career. I'd only been a manager for a little less than 2 years, but in that time, I'd done some really great work, and I'd actually had the opportunity to manage 2 different stores in the company I was working for. It's a niche company in a niche market, but I took an underperforming store and turned it into an overperforming store, and I turned a store that was doing very well but expected to do more to one of the top companies or top stores in the company. So it was a really exciting time for me, and I was really achieving a lot as a manager, and I was starting to get some notoriety for it. When a district manager's role became available, I applied, I interviewed, I thought it went really well, and then I was given some odd feedback. The feedback I was given was that I didn't have enough profile, and there wasn't really anybody who knew what I was doing without, looking at the numbers. They might know the numbers, but they didn't know me. That was sort of the gist of the feedback that I got, and I'm paraphrasing, of course. Frustrated with this, I took this feedback to my boss at the time, who wasn't the hiring manager for the role I was applying for. And I was frustrated. I was probably venting more than I was telling him. And he had this wonderful way of being calm and collected in some extremely stressful moments. And in this time, he very calmly said to me, "Well, tell me about your profile. What profile do you have in the company at large?" And I was frustrated with the question, and I didn't know what he meant. So, he went on to explain, who knows about your achievements other than maybe me, right? What opportunities are you taking to put yourself in front of these decision makers? What development opportunities have you looked at to show the company at large that you want to move forward? Now, as frustrated as I was, he was right. I hadn't taken those opportunities. I had lived inside the bubble of 2 stores in a company that had over 60 stores. How is anyone going to be able to find my little nook of success other than looking on a spreadsheet and seeing store numbers climbing the charts? So that information and that feedback, although ambiguous and vague, really ended up helping me and shaped me to the next time a role became available. So the next time there was a district manager's role available, I had taken the opportunity to work on a national level at events so that more decision makers could see me do what I do. I'd helped at store openings so that folks could see the work that I was doing and how I was leading my teams firsthand. When that next DM's job became around, I was ready. I was ready to talk specifically about my success and how I got there. I was able to point to examples of situations that those decision makers and hiring managers were a part of, so they could see the decisions that I was making and the type of leader that I might be. Luckily, I was successful on my second go around, and I was able to be a district manager for that company. It was very exciting, but all because I worked with intention and purpose. I looked for the opportunities that were available. I talked to my leader about exactly what I wanted, and I made sure that everybody knew what I could do and what I was doing. So if you're having trouble working with your boss or having trouble expressing to your company how you want to develop or how you want to move forward, let's connect. Let's talk, and let's work on goals together that help you get to the steps that achieve those goals. I'm always open to connecting with new people on LinkedIn, so please connect with me here. Send me a note. Check out wellbeingsperformance.com for other videos. You can check out my YouTube channel and go back and check out my video from Monday. It'll have 5 tips on how you can let your company know that you're interested in moving up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.